Close your eyes. Imagine the moment you slip into sleep tonight. One by one, your thoughts dissolve, your muscles loosen, and suddenly you're pulled into a strange, unpredictable theater. One where the director is invisible, the sets change in an instant, and you, whether you like it or not, are the main character. This is the world of dreams. We've all been there, flying across the sky without wings, falling endlessly with no ground in sight, talking to someone we lost years ago, or being chased by something that doesn't even exist in the waking world. Dreams feel so familiar, yet so alien, so ordinary, yet so profound. But here's the real question: why do we dream at all? That mystery has haunted philosophers, scientists, and everyday people for thousands of years. And today, we're going to unravel as much of it as possible. By the end of this journey, you'll see your own dreams in a completely new light. Dreams have fascinated humanity since the beginning of recorded history. Ancient civilizations saw dreams as messages from the gods, warnings about the future, or doorways into another world. The Babylonians and Egyptians believed dreams had prophetic powers. Kings would consult dream interpreters before going to war. In ancient Greece, temples known as Asclepians were built where people would sleep in hopes of receiving healing dreams sent by the gods. Fast forward to biblical times, and you'll find stories of dreams guiding the destiny of nations. Joseph in Egypt interpreted Pharaoh's dreams of famine and abundance. To people of the past, dreams weren't random, they were sacred. But even as cultures evolved, one truth remained. Nobody really understood what dreams were. Were they messages from outside or reflections from within? It wasn't until modern science began studying the brain that we got closer to understanding. In 1953, researchers made a groundbreaking discovery. They found that when people sleep, their eyes move rapidly under their eyelids. They called this stage REM sleep, rapid eye movement. What was fascinating was that most vivid dreams happened during REM. The brain during REM looked almost as active as when we're awake. The body might be lying still, but the mind was racing. This was the first clue that dreams weren't mystical messages from outside, but creations of our own brains. And yet, the mystery deepened. Why would the brain, after a full day of processing the world, invent an entirely new reality at night? Why not just rest? Scientists still don't fully agree, but they've proposed several powerful theories. Each one peels back a layer of the mystery. One leading idea is that dreams help us sort and file memories. Every day, your brain takes in thousands of pieces of information: faces, conversations, emotions, lessons. At night, it needs to decide what to keep, what to connect, and what to throw away. Dreams may be the brain's way of organizing the chaos. Imagine a librarian frantically filing books on his shelves, but the books are alive, jumping around, changing titles. That's your brain in REM sleep. This explains why students often say they remember material better after sleeping on it. It also explains why you might dream about what happened during your day. But memory alone doesn't explain the bizarre, surreal nature of dreams. Why the flying, the monsters, the impossible scenarios. Some scientists believe dreams are a survival tool. Dreams simulate dangerous situations, allowing us to practice reacting to threats. Imagine ancient humans dreaming about running from predators or fighting enemies. By rehearsing in the safety of dreams, their brains got better at real survival. Even today, many of us dream about being chased, falling, or failing. Maybe these are modern versions of the same survival rehearsals. But dreams aren't always nightmares. Some are delightful. Some make no sense at all. Which brings us to another idea. Dreams may be therapy for the soul. During the day, we feel emotions: fear, joy, anger, grief, but we can't always process them fully. At night, the brain replays and reshapes these feelings. That's why when someone breaks your heart, you might dream of them. Or when you lose someone you love, they appear in your dreams as if they never left. Dreams allow us to feel, to grieve, to heal. Another, more skeptical view is that dreams are just random noise. The brain is still firing during sleep, and the conscious mind tries to weave a story out of meaningless sparks. It's like static on a television, but our minds hate randomness, so we build a narrative. A monster chasing you? Maybe it was just a random burst of fear-related neurons. But here's the twist. Even if dreams are random, why do they so often feel meaningful? Why do they linger? Dreams are not just stories. They are experiences. In dreams, time bends, places merge, people transform, and you rarely question it until you wake up. Psychologists call this the dream logic. The brain suspends the usual rules of reality. You accept the impossible because the dreaming brain doesn't engage the critical, rational centers as strongly. That's why you can dream that you're both a child and an adult, that you're alive and dead, that you're in your house, but also on a spaceship. The dream state is like a playground for the imagination. And yet, even within this chaos, certain patterns emerge. Falling, flying, being chased, losing teeth. These are universal dreams, reported across cultures and ages. Why? Because they tie back to our shared biology and psychology. Falling may relate to the body's natural sense of balance. Flying could reflect a deep yearning for freedom. Losing teeth might connect to fears of aging, change, or vulnerability. Dreams are both deeply personal and profoundly universal. Now, what if you could control your dreams? This is the strange and exciting world of lucid dreaming. In a lucid dream, you realize that you're dreaming while still inside the dream. And when that happens, you can bend the rules. You can fly at will, talk to dream characters, even change the dream storyline. Lucid dreamers describe it as one of the most exhilarating human experiences. Science has confirmed that lucid dreaming is real. Brain scans show a different activation pattern when someone is lucid. Some people even use lucid dreams for practice. Athletes rehearse moves, musicians practice pieces, artists create. The brain, after all, can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Of course, not all dreams are pleasant. Nightmares have haunted humans forever. They jolt us awake, drenched in sweat, heart racing. But why do they exist? Nightmares may be the brain's way of forcing us to confront unresolved fears. Or, as the threat simulation theory suggests, they're intense training for survival. Nightmares are also more common during times of stress, trauma, or illness. The brain, overwhelmed, uses dreams as a pressure release. But here's the fascinating thing. Nightmares may also be opportunities. Psychologists teach people to rewrite their nightmares. By visualizing a new ending, you can train your brain to change the dream itself. A high-contrast, black and white, and slightly grainy photo of a sleeping person in bed with a menacing, shadowy figure standing over them. The figure is not fully defined, making it more terrifying. Throughout history, dreams have inspired some of the greatest works of art, science, and invention. Paul McCartney said the melody of Yesterday came to him in a dream. The chemist Kekulé dreamed of a snake biting its own tail, which led him to discover the ring structure of benzene. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was born from a vivid dream. Dreams tap into the unconscious mind, where creativity flows freely. The barriers of logic fall away, and new connections appear. That's why a dream can hand you a solution you struggle with all day. This is the question that haunts us most. We wake from a dream and ask, what did it mean? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, believed dreams revealed hidden desires. For him, every dream was symbolic, pointing to unconscious wishes. Carl Jung, his student, had a different view. He believed dreams connected us to universal archetypes, the hero, the shadow, the mother, symbols shared by all humanity. Modern science is more cautious. It says not every dream is meaningful, but some certainly are. Dreams can highlight what we're afraid of, what we long for, or what we need to face. Maybe your brain is just cleaning house, or maybe it's whispering truths you ignore when awake. Despite decades of research, the mystery of dreams is far from solved. Are they essential for survival? Are they side effects of consciousness? Or are they glimpses into deeper realms of the mind? One thing is certain, Without dreams, we suffer. People deprived of REM sleep become anxious, forgetful, and emotionally unstable. Dreams are not just entertainment, they are vital. And perhaps that's the ultimate clue. Dreams are as essential as food, water, and air. They are the hidden language of the mind. So tonight, when you lay your head down, remember this. You're about to enter a world more mysterious than the ocean depths, more infinite than outer space, and more personal than anything in the waking world. Dreams are not just strange movies your brain plays for fun. They are mirrors, teachers, warnings, and sometimes gifts. The next time you wake from a dream, don't just shrug it off. Ask yourself, what was my mind trying to tell me? What treasure did I just glimpse? Because inside those fleeting night adventures may lie answers you've been searching for all along. Dreams will always carry mystery, and maybe that's the point. They remind us that no matter how much science explains, the human mind still holds secrets. So sleep well tonight. And when you dream, know this. You're stepping into one of the greatest mysteries of existence. One that belongs uniquely to you, yet connects you to every human who ever lived. Because in the end, dreams are not just about the night. They're about life itself.